1864, Thomas James Cooper and his wife Emma and 3 young children emigrated from Canada on the steamship Hector from Falcombe, England. Try not to say it too fast. They arrived in the area from the train in Barrie, from where they proceeded to make their way by boat to Washego. There, they set off into the brush to find a location to build their home. The lands turned out to be occupied by wolves. Emma and Thomas built a house and a general store half a mile away from the waterfall on the Black River. They ended up having 9 children, with one who unfortunately died upon birth, who was buried on their property. Many years later, the first post office opened with the name Cooper's Falls. The village soon added a blacksmith, a cheese factory, a log schoolhouse, and 2 churches. Thomas had hoped that the town's inhabitants would live good and clean lives. He believed in prohibition, and thus was not very pleased when men from the lumber camps would show up in town drunk. He ended up involved in the temperance movement and traveled to lecture about the evils of alcohol. Thomas's son William had a steam-powered sawmill built in 1921 along the river. Logs were delivered by water, some of these coming from the nearby Ragged Rapids. This mill prospered until 1952, when tragedy struck. William had a horrific accident on the machines and had to be transported to Washego via boat and then taken to the hospital via the train. Unfortunately, this accident led to his death, leaving behind 9 children. The town's demise came when the lumber mill closed. The actual waterfall, which took the Cooper's name, now sits on private property, but can be seen from the road, especially in winter or early spring, when foliage doesn't obstruct the view. This is why we chose to go now, with a revisit coming in the spring for a more extensive search of the area. Join us in a quick tour of Cooper's Falls.
Pootz,
yo,
where are we heading next?
We're going to be heading over to Longford Mills, followed by a nice little stint over at Cooper's Falls, actually.
All right, let's do it. Coffee first.
Coffee first.
All right. Time for coffee, Pootz.
Time for coffee. And where else we can get the coffee from? Right there.
We're in Canada. Where the fuck else would we go?
Damn straight. Hell, not Starbucks. No, thank you. I'm not paying $5 for a friggin' small coffee that just tastes like burnt asphalt.
Still doing research, even in the car on the way there, eh, Pootz?
Well, someone's got to actually work.
Yeah. I hold the camera. That's my job.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. That's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, we'll travel like that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow
Something tells me we're in the right area for Cooper's Falls.
Just a shot in the dark.
So, when Cooper, Pootz, correct me if I'm wrong, when Cooper came up from Washego,
Yep.
he took the river to get up to what is now Cooper's Falls.
It's a small little area of land for him and his newly married wife Emma, which was actually really cool. And I mean, you can't really deny the location. I mean, like back then, this was actually very convenient. We got the river right here, around. And remember, back in the day, this was actually all forest land, rich soil, hunting, everything that they need, everything that everyone needed back then. Prime location and away from the main cities, kind of like Leacock in his own way.
Still is away from the main cities. You just have all these houses.
Precisely.
Back out. Dave, tell us a bit about Cooper's Falls.
Well, it's actually pretty interesting. This was established back in the mid-1800s by a man named Thomas Cooper, which was actually really cool. Still doing a little bit of some follow-up research on that. Originally, he and his eventual wife, Emma, moved up here in Canada because they believed that it was going to be a land of opportunity, fresh start, especially since they were forbidden to marry on account that Mr. Cooper was actually from a low-class family, and she was from the higher class, which was actually really interesting considering the fact that upon their marriage, Emma's family actually disowned her.
You can tell this building probably won't last much longer.
Really? Cool. I just have mine set for photo right now.
Little animals.
Oh, cool.
Little animal footprints.
Rabbit. No, cat.
What's that noise?
Furnace.
Why would the furnace be working?
Look at the piping.
This has actually been somewhat...
They're using it for storage and stuff.
Yeah.
This is probably part of the mill.
Yep. Yeah, originally Cooper's Falls started going on decline after the check the names. Go. And there's Pilgrim being the little shutterbug that he is. Surprised that the lens hasn't been cracked just yet. But hey, anything's possible, right? Really beautiful house right here. Great sense of history. You're in my shot, Pilgrim. It's bright.
It's middle of day.
No, more like Dave is used to, or Pootz is used to working weird hours, so. I don't know, if this house doesn't look like it's populated. We probably are on property. We should.
We found one of the notable things here in Cooper's Falls, and it's the bell. Pootz, read it.
Cooper's Falls area, settled in 1864, the hamlet had a cheese factory, lumber mill, blacksmith, and general store. First school, SS number 4, was built of logs in 1874. The bell from the SS number 3 school was donated by Rama Township and is attributed to the pioneers of the area.
Dave,
Ew.
care to tell us what happened up the road there?
Well, someone told us that there was a moose up about half a click up there. Tried to take a shot, but unfortunately on the road up here we kind of spooked it. So, hey, no harm, no foul. We'll get him next time.
I kind of would have been amused to see you run off into the woods after a moose. Potential bride, maybe? What, nothing?
Choke on it, Pilgrim.
We have no trespassing signs
So it makes
and a
this,
forest full of abandoned houses.
essentially makes this fair game, I believe. Unless one of the passers-by called Pope.
Just... Alright, there's footprints anyways. Oh, you're coming with. Just stay in my footprints. Wow. Oh, dude.
I hear an old dude.
This is an old hen house.
No way. Okay,
Your camera should automatically adjust.
I'm gonna start recording.
I am. So the roof is actually caving in here. So we have to be very careful. Careful in here, the ground is like sheer ice.
Don't have to tell me twice. You okay, Pilgrim?
Yep. I just touched the wall and worried the whole thing was collapsing in on me.
Okay, let's try to be nice and careful. Yoo-hoo. Oh, hell, man. You were saying sheer ice. You were kidding. Look at that. There's something embedded in the ice.
Yeah, I know.
Cultural beast. I'm surprised that the windows have actually survived this long. This looks like this building hasn't been used in like what, 10 years? 15?
You can see the whole front wall has collapsed. You alright?
Yeah, it just surprised me a little bit.
Okay. Dave, come check this out.
Alright.
You can see the front wall in here. It's completely collapsed. Alright.
Crazy, man.
On to the next building. God, I love winter.
Really?
No, not at all.
This is the part where I say that where I want to snap in the mouth.
This one's same idea, more structurally sound.
Yeah. Oh, bird nest.
That just shows you nature overtaking man.
A little bit of a nice irony to it, though, too.
Yeah.
Man takes land, man builds on land, man abandons land, nature takes it back.
You can tell there's been other people in here, there's footprints.
Yeah. Just tell.
You can tell a little exit on the bottom right there for the chickens.
Where? Oh, yeah. Cool. There's more into the brain.
You can tell little animals and stuff are living in here still.
Still.
The
Fresh droppings.
bird's nest.
Bird's nest. Oh, what the hell is that?
Could be a coon or something.
We're great. Forward to. I've had rabies before. Could be a decent learning experience.
Wait, is that birds? Oh no, that's Velcro. Okay. Yeah, something living in there.
I see.
Nothing in it, I don't think, right now, but.
It's fiberglass O2, and I think we're trying to stay away from that.
Duck season.
Pardon?
Duck season.
Oh, look at that. Dude. Ooh. Old lampshade, check that out, man. want to take a shot of that, actually.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna cut in front of you there.
Okay, give me a second. Done. Looks like this is actually being used for a dump somehow.
Not much going on up here.
No.
No, just storage for wood and stuff.
Cool. That is a lot of devastation.
We found a house we were looking to get into.
I think we're SOL on that one.
The whole building has since collapsed. I don't know when.
Don't know where.
Right.
No.
Found an open door. Pootz is going to take a quick tour inside just because it's structurally unsound.
And we all know that Pilgrim needs a guinea pig.
That's why I hired you, Pootz. That's why I hired you. Floor collapsing?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm out.
That's fine. Be safe. Just a little note to anybody that's doing this kind of thing. Please be safe and keep an eye and mind on your surroundings.
Second you feel a little bit of a sink, essentially, sink, get out.
As Mr. Pootz came out, we noticed this. That goes right down below the structure of the building. There is no floor and nothing holding it up.
So essentially, folks, that's what we like to call a to hell with this.
Yeah. So we're going to check some of the outbuildings and go from there. Checked out these sheds. Nothing really worthwhile. Nothing in them but broken wood and demolished buildings.
And
Like
dusts of the past.
This one, for example, is completely collapsed into ruin. The one beside me, the whole roof's collapsed.
Time though, I'm more at peace, I'm more talent.
So we want to get a shot of the falls. Dave's going to ask for permission for access so we can get on this person's property and get a good shot. The namesake, Cooper's Falls.